Hello, my fellow production peers. This will be a tutorial on framing and composition. Enjoy! Alright, so let's get started. First off, we have the long shot. A long shot is more focused on taking up the full frame of height when referring to a person or subject in the shot. In other situations, it may also mean an entire shot of the whole scene and the environment, and also considered an establishing shot that gives the viewer an idea of where the subject will be placed in. Secondly, we have the wide shot where the subject takes up the full frame head to toe. You can see how the subject obviously doesn't take the entire width and height of the frame, since this is as close as we can get without losing any essential parts of the body. The small amount of room above and below is considered the headroom, and it is used to create some much needed balance. Next, we have the medium wide shot that shows the subject usually being cut off across the legs and below the knees. Remember, if the space does not serve a function, fill the frame. You don't want dead space. Negative space is used to highlight what is important, and it gives significance to the story. It can also create a sense of isolation, loneliness, and sometimes even tension. The medium shot usually shows a character from the waist up. It's used frequently because it replicates our human experience of proximity without intimacy and provides more detail of the body than the long shot does. Next, we have the close-up, where we focus on a certain feature that is significant to the subject that takes up most of the frame. Usually, a close-up is emphasizing their emotional state. They are useful for showing detail, delivering facts, and exaggerating facial expressions that convey emotion. This way, the viewer is drawn into the subject's personal space and shares their feelings. And of course, we have the extreme close-up. It's one of my favorite shots because it gets right in and shows extreme detail of the subject. Usually, it shows very dramatic reactions or certain emotion of gazing into the eyes or of a particular detail that needs to be focused and centered on. We also have the eye level, which is a very common shot, and it's considered to be a fairly neutral shot that gives the real-world angle that we are all used to. It shows the subjects as we would expect to see them in real life, as if they were in front of us. Sometimes I get confused with the low angle and the high angle, but basically the way you should see it as from the low angle, view yourself to be in the position of an ant. So when you see the subject from below, you see in the shot that it gives off the impression that the subjects are being more powerful or dominating over the viewer or the subject that is within the world of the film. Whereas a high angle, you see that the subject is shot from above and the camera is angled down towards the subject. In this way, it gives off an effect of lowering the subject or making them appear to be less powerful, less significant, or even submissive. Basically, it places them in a very vulnerable position. Last but not least, we have the bird's eye view, and this scene can be shown from directly above. It's a completely unsettling and somewhat unnatural point of view because it can be used for dramatic effects and showing a different perspective spatially. Sometimes the bird's eye view can also show the positions and motions of different characters and objects, enabling the viewer to see things that the character cannot.
I waited and waited for that phone call, and then I served you what you was asking for. Nah, you ain't gotta make that call now.